Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm here to give you guys another lightsaber review. However, it's not just any lightsaber review. We are going to be taking a look at a lightsaber that is extremely budget-friendly. How budget-friendly are we talking about? Well, let's just say that this hilt will cost you less than $160. Once again, less than 160. I gave that ballpark because they happen to be doing some different sale prices. So again, depending on what kind of sale they're having, will vary in terms of what the price is going to be. By default, I think it's like 160, 165. But my grand total with the sale price at the time was $142 and some change. So for me, it was less than 150, even better because I'm saving more along the way, and I'm pretty sure that'll still be around even if you were to check today. But what exactly do you get with this? Well, this comes with a fully installed hilt for whatever board that they're using, which I have no idea. It's probably listed there. I just can't remember it on top of my head, so I do apologize. But again, a link to the project is down below. You also get some cards, charging cable, because this is a recharge port on here with a one-button setup. You also get a 36-inch blade included. However, I'll be using a shorter blade for the demonstration of this review. And what you also get with it is you get a total of 7 lightsaber fonts. You have 3 blade styles. You have the lightsaber flash on clash, blaster, blade locking. You also have mute functions, 5 audio tracks, and it's pretty much loaded for what you get. And also get this. This also has smooth swing. So what do I mean by smooth swing for this is it's not exactly smooth swing, you know, not like CFX, Asteria, Profi, where every time you swing it, no matter how quickly or how slow you go, it's just so butterly smooth every time you swing that saber. This one, depending on how you're swinging it, can replicate that quite well, but if you start going too crazy, you just cannot keep with everything that's trying to process. So let me go ahead and basically put a blade in and show you how this works. Actually, before I do that, let me give you guys a closer look at the hilt. Because this doesn't have a flat bottom, it's going to be pretty difficult for me to use it in my little light box until I get a new proper stand. So without further ado, here is a look at the hilt. As I mentioned before, this happens to be an LGT recast of the original hilts. Very nice, and it still maintains its entire look. You also have a D-ring here on the bottom, which you guys know me, I always love D-rings more than cover tag wheels. It's just a personal preference. And as I mentioned before, this has an LED right here. And again, for safety reasons, you do not want to look directly into that lighting when you have it turned on. Again, just a little bit of a safety warning. Unfortunately, no blade plug is included. I know that seems like it's asking for much, especially for the price it's going to be, but if you wanted to, you can get just a very basic blade plug to put that in there, so that way you don't have to worry about accidentally looking into the light and things like that, just so you are aware. Let's go ahead and bring over a blade. Now, I will mention that as far as the blade depth goes, you do have quite a bit in terms of where the blade sits in. If you can focus there, so right where my thumb is the actual top of the hilt, and all this sits right inside of it. So if you're looking for a saber that's really cool, budget-friendly, and maybe something to duel with, this is a duel-friendly option. The blade that you do get included is not a heavy blade. It was either a light or medium, but because this is using an LED hilt, you don't have to worry about expensive NeoPixel blades. You can go online like Saberforge, Ultra Sabers, or whoever sells just regular blades, and just get yourself a heavy grade blade, so that way you can go and do some heavy dueling and things like that. Those are going to be worth every penny, and they are definitely going to hold their own for sure. So basically, the way this works for all its functionality, it's based on the button here for its activation. This button here will actually glow. And basically when the saber is lit, as in turn on all the way, you basically go through a few different phases here in order to do certain activations. And then when the blade is off, you also hold the button to do some other activations, which I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that demonstration before we just start swinging it around. So first off, let's go ahead and do the proper thing, which is of course turn off this light here and go ahead and turn the saber on. It's already on, but you know, the blade portion of it. So just by pressing the button there, I'm good to go. So basically this is how it works. By pressing the button and holding it while the blade is on, you let this blink once. 1. It will do a lockup effect. Press it again to deactivate that and you're good to go. If you wish to use blasters, just press the button. Simple as that. And yes, there is flash on clash. Now the next thing is to change color. How exactly do you change color, or can you? And yes, you can change through several different colors. While the blade is on, you hold this down and let this blink 2 times. 1, 2. Now when we do that, the blade is now going to cycle through its different colors here. Now I will note that the coloring mode actually does go relatively quick, and when you find a color that you like, you do need to go ahead and press that button here. So I did want to press green, but I was kind of talking, so I'm going to go ahead and let this cycle through until we get back to green. Currently I'm blue, and again, you got to be quick when you press the button. If you're if your hair's slow, you may be off your color. And let's go almost to green. There's a lot of colors on here, obviously. And boom. Okay, I was just a slight hair off. I was looking for a darker green, but it looks like I'm going to be using a lighter green for this demonstration. So again, simple. And of course, to turn this off, you hold this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, very quick and easy. Now, for the other mode is when the actual blade is off, you cycle through a few different settings. If you wanted to turn your saber on mute, you basically hold this down, let it blink once.
Shut sound. No sound.
So, just like that, no sound. It's now on mute. So if you happen to be just want to swing it around, maybe don't want to listen to it, you can go ahead and train quietly in the peaceful nights. Simple as that. And again, you hold this down for 4 seconds to turn it off. 1.
Not sound.
And now we're back to enabling audio. Now, next up is, of course, blade style. This actually comes equipped with 3 blade styles. You have stable, unstable, and pulse. So in order to change that, while the blade is off, you hold this down and let this blink 2 times. 1, 2.
Unstable.
So you go to unstable, which, if the camera will pick it up, hopefully you get the effect there from the lighting on me. So that's the unstable. And again, same thing. 1, 2.
Pulse.
Now you have pulse. Pulse is a good alternative option. You don't really notice it too well. It's just a slight pulsing there. Go ahead and turn this off. Now, if you want to get to the music portion, this does come with 5 audio tracks. While the blade is off, you hold down the button and let it blink 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And there's 5 audio tracks on here. And if you need to go cycle through, again, you do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. So there you go, simple as that. And last but not least, if you want to change to another blade profile, blade font I should say, not blade profile, saber font, you hold down this button 4 times while the blade is off. So 1, 2, 3.
Skywalker.
And then there you go. Once again, we'll just go. Now let's go ahead and talk about its smooth swing. Now what it's trying to do, it's trying to replicate smooth swing, and if you're going a little bit more of a slowish medium pace, it tends to do a pretty good job with selling the effect to you, but if you start to go too crazy, that's when it cannot comprehend everything that goes on and starts to lose you. So let me give you that example right here. So again, it sounds really good, right? It sounds like it's keeping up quite well, but when you start to go crazy, again, it just cannot commute in terms of everything it's trying to process, and it just tends to lose itself. But again, for what it is, I mean, again, this costs less than a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge lightsaber, whether it's a Savi's Workshop or a Legacy Saber with a blade. Imagine if the Disney lightsabers had this board. Think of how many people would probably be pleased. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are pleased, but I could only imagine what Disney could do if they had this board. Again, this saber, everything was less than $150, and the fact that it captures sound better than the Disney one is saying a lot. But I'm not trying to disrespect the Disney sabers. If you like them, perfectly fine. Just kind of showing that if you're looking for something budget friendly, there's some really good alternatives here. So let me go ahead and change to another font, and then I'm just going to kind of swing this and let you guys know how I feel about it in the end.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
And yes, those are Kylo Ren ones, so it gives you a chance to listen to what's on here.
Dooku. I'm Cal Kestis. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi. You have something I want.
And yes, even the Darksaber font's on here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this one. So as far as how does this feel in the hand, this is very comfortable. Definitely happy with it. So I have to say, for what it is, the price that is going for, all the features that are jam-packed into this budget saber, I think this is going to be a great option for those of you that are maybe looking for your first ever lightsaber or something to add to your personal collection. Now the cool thing about this is that because this is an LGT recast, technically if you wanted to, and if you're someone like me for example, or maybe some of you might have other LGT sabers, maybe you have a core that's maybe a Profi NeoPixel or something like that. If you really wanted to, you could remove the screw here on the very back here and to pop off all the internals here and replace the internal core with your NeoPixel one if that's an option that you want to do. Or maybe if you're someone that's starting with this as your budget friendly option and maybe down the road you buy a set chassis, then you can get a really nice upgrade for not too much money. So again, there's some really good options here, and definitely a recommendation. So if you're looking for a budget friendly and you don't want to spend a lot but you want some great features and sound quality, then you can't go wrong. If I had to give any negative feedback, really, and again this is more nitpicking just because again the price, is the speaker sounds okay. I feel like the speaker could be a bit better. And then as far as the blade cycling goes, for the colors, I feel like that goes a little bit too fast. Again, if you're just a hair off for what you're trying to select, then you might have to wait for it to rotate through all the colors again. I wish that was just a little bit slower, but again, that's, if I had to get any negatives, that would be my only nitpicks at this point in time. But let me know what you guys think about the Hilt in the comment section down below. But definitely stay tuned for next week, because next Friday, we are going to be taking a look at a pair of Ahsoka lightsabers. And we're not talking about the Galaxy's Edge ones. We're talking about some proper Ahsoka Tano lightsabers here. But until then, I'll see you guys next Friday. But of course, I'll see you guys a little bit sooner. You get what I mean. I'm just kind of losing track here. But until then, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. And always remember, may the Force be with you.